have someone over here, their family is used to college. And so I think sometimes you have to be reflective and step back to the understanding of who you're helping. And I love what John said as well. I think like just being present for students, like they constantly need things, and like we need to be responsive and present for them in their moment. And then obviously I think what you've always said, I think when we're filtering things, I just put students first in every decision we make in college. And our president is always saying that. So she's like, if you miss a meeting, it better be because you're with students, right? And so I think those are some really good values to have.
Yeah, no, I think that, you're dead on there. When I think about college, that first year is so stressful, right? You don't know anyone, you just moved, so new environment, you're learning directions, you're learning passwords. It's so hard, right? So to have an environment where people reach out and friendly, that makes all the difference. Hey, I want to say one more thing about mission and values before we jump to the next thing. And actually, both of you guys have now talked about what I'm about to talk about. But your mission and values. Actually, you said we're Christians running a company. That doesn't necessarily mean we have a Christian company, or something like that. True, I agree with you. One of the not only do I not want this, but I think it's illegal for me to say, hey, to work here you have to be a Christian. That's not what we're looking for. Right. But I do care deeply for the people who work for me, and I want to influence them. And I want to influence them with my values because I think that it's good. So having, I don't think it's wrong to have that in your vision, mission, and values somewhere. At least those ideas. That's just a thought. So all right. So you've got you've done, just to walk through all our steps again. You've done self-reflection, soul searching. You're starting to know yourself. Then you're creating a mission statement. Then you realize, all right, these are my values. These are the things that my customers care about. These are the things that I care about. This is what I would want in this environment. So you've got your values. The next thing that you really need to look at is systems. And so James, you talked about this, like making sure those things happen when you're not there, right? And then Ray, you echoed the same thing with something you said a second ago. Systems are, and I've been guilty of this for the first 5 years with Chick-fil-A, and I'm really starting to get it for the past few years now, and starting to implement more things. And I'm just going to talk about one of our systems and how we do it, and then hopefully that you take this idea and extrapolate it across your mission and your values. All right. So we said we would be Klondike's most caring company. All right, caring. What does that mean? What does it mean to care for customers? The 4 ways we care for customers is fast. We call it fast and accurate. Great food, genuine hospitality, and clean, safe environment. So those are our 4 values. Well, what are systems that we use to put those things in place? Okay, so we have I'm going to tell you about one system that we use that puts that emphasizes or reinforces 2 of those values. So we have this. We have a timer up front, the 20 minutes on timer. Every 20 minutes, and then at the beginning of the day, the leader assigns. We have a placement chart, and the leader grades the placement chart, puts someone's name in their dining room. And so every 20 minutes, someone's going to push that timer. When the timer goes off, they're going to come out of the dining room. This is the way it's supposed to work, right? It doesn't always work this way. It's the way it's supposed to work. They come out of the dining room, and they come to each table, and they say, "Hey, how are you today?" They put their hands on the table. Can I refresh your beverage? Can I get you some sauce? And then they're going to clean the dining room as well. They're going to check the bathroom, they're going to check high chairs, they're going to check the trash, they're going to check the place where customers line up to make sure it's clean. So they're killing 2 birds with this one system, right? They're providing genuine hospitality, they're anticipating needs, trying to turn a fast service experience into a full service experience. So our goals, like when you come and you get your food and you sit down, we don't want you to have to get up. We don't want you to have to get up to get a refill and have to get napkins and straws. we're going to get all that in your tray at your table, so that you can enjoy your meal, and stay where you are. And so the genuine the attentive and courteous service fuels the idea of providing genuine hospitality. Does that make sense? And we're going to clean, like I said, we're going to clean up. So with that one system, we're going to take care of those two things. And so what this does for me as a leader, I can go up front and I can just look at the timer and I can say, hey, why aren't we using the system? And that's all I have to do, right? And every day, why aren't we using the system? Why aren't we using the system? And there's, I forgot to push the timer or whatever. I mean, but I'm reinforcing those values just by asking that one question: why are we using the timer? And so as you create these things, as you create mission statement and values, think about how can I implement these things systematically? How can I make this easy? How can I make this concrete for my employees? Or maybe you don't work with employees, maybe you work with yourself. What are habits? What's a checklist every day that I've got to do to make sure that I do that I show my customers that value? Does that make sense? Cool. Any questions? That's it for me.
Yeah, I like that last piece. The last very piece has to be visible.
Yeah,
to your people.
It's so important.
Yeah.
There's Chick-fil-A came out with this values. I forgot what they called it. There's like a values. There's a way to help you implement. The systems implementation sheet. And I'll try to get that to John. If I need to look at the information, like Chick-fil-A may not look at shit.
Right.
Let me look at it, and maybe I can even alter it in some way, John. It's helped me a ton. Like we've gone through it a couple times, and we occasionally will come back to it and say, okay, we talk about this value. How are we doing it? How are we making this a reality for our customers?
I'm curious. I'm not on the HR side, but I'm curious on how you all implement like your mission values now when you're going through the HR process.
Yeah.
Because like they say, it's like I remember like it's easier to learn the right way than to correct bad habits. So I think it'd be very important when you're going through the HR process about considering this and like, does this person meet these requirements, or are they anywhere close to these guys? I'm just wondering, how do you incorporate that in the hiring process for a new Chick-fil-A employee?
So we hire for chemistry, character, and competency. So we've got questions designed. We know those are the three things we really care about that we want in our employees. And so we have questions designed to help us identify the things the person's right chemistry, character they want. Chemistry. Would they fit in well with our team? Would they enjoy the work that they want to do, that they apply to do? Character, will they not cut corners when it comes to food safety, food quality, customer service? And then competency, can they do the job that they apply to do? So when I think that's the best way to answer that question. Chemistry is huge. Especially when it comes to the values, right? Do they align with our values? Is this person friendly? Do they maintain eye contact? Do I think that they will care for guests? We ask questions about, about some of their hobbies and goals and things like that, and we look for ways. Like one of the things that I love to hear is I have younger siblings and I have to care for my siblings. Not you don't have to have siblings, but when I hear that, and I usually start digging in on that question and asking questions about that, because that is a sign to me. Well, if you have a big family and you care for your younger siblings, you're gonna care for you get it, right? You're gonna care for guests. You're gonna be relational.
Anybody else?
Really good stuff.
Well, thank you, Jason. You know, when I called Jason and asked him, said, hey, you know, we're doing these coffee chat series, and I'd love for you to be one of the teachers. And he goes, what do I need to teach them? so, you know, culture was a natural, I think, for Jason, just for the fact that Chick-fil-A is known for giving the highest quality service, and you know, and Jason exemplifies. He goes over and beyond what Chick-fil-A's expectations are, and he's been that servant leader of teaching his crew the same thing. And so that's the reason why, you know, Jason was on this subject. Next month, May 1st, we have another one at Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet. Kevin Stroh-Snyder will be teaching that, and it'll be a joint chamber mission with that, with Hopewell, Prince George, and Colonial Heights, and possibly even Dinwiddie. So just talking with them on it. But, you know, something that Jason kind of touched on in his speech was being a lifelong learner, and that's what Kevin is speaking on. So put it in your calendars, make sure you're there. You know, small group today, typically for whatever reason, when we go to Kevin's, we had, and maybe it's the joint aspect of it, but we had over 100 people at the last one at Kevin's. So
because all of our license plates have Stroh-Snyder.
Is that what it is? Yeah. So, you know, and Kevin's values are similar to Jason's, and you know, the chambers, and even Colonials. You know, we have, you know, Christian values, and again, it's not required to be a Christian or anything like that. But you know, when Jason was talking about doing your mission, you know, our personal mission with our family is to be that living example and teaching others to have a stronger family relationship. So that's what we live by in our household. And I would dare to guess that our 14-year-old would probably not be able to tell you that. But you know, he has those strong moral values, and he keeps us in check. You know, when we slip and we do something, he goes, "Pop." You know, and so, you know, just keep that in mind. Eyes are looking at you and everything you're doing with your business, with your personal life, and everything. So if your mission is to be dependable and you miss 3 meetings, you know, are you dependable? Are you living what you're trying to do? So, you know, but you know, again, Ray is, you know, overachiever in everything he does because he does so much. But again, thank you.
Yeah,
I took away a bunch of valuable nuggets, and I hope everybody else did too. And the video will be on the Chamber Master site. Jason's going to get us the slides and everything. I see he's got his textbook up here. I mean, I was kind of floored when I saw the thickness of it. Because when I saw the $23 on Amazon for it, I was like, man, $23 for a book. But I mean, look at all that you get out of it. Yeah, and it's hardcover too. So, but again, I appreciate each one of you coming out here and helping us with our mission. And we hope to be able to increase the value with you guys, and hopefully you will spread the word to come to these coffee chats. And I like the more intimate settings like this anyway, so I get more out of the learning instead of trying to be the, you know, ball juggler and trying to, you know, appease everybody at that meeting, and you know, trying to talk to 100 people at a time is hard. So but this is where you can connect with other businesses more intimately and be able to have stronger relationships with those in the room, and being present with those people. Again, like I said, Jason taught me that, not indirectly, but you know, it was still a life lesson, you know, that I had to appreciate that I wasn't present with Jason with that first meeting. And so, you know, again, I try to make sure that you know, I'm not so busy running around doing stuff, and I can spend time, you know, talking with people. And so I've even got to the point where I throw my phone over into my bag or whatever now. So, but again, I appreciate you guys. Jason, thank you, and y'all have a great, wonderful week.
Got a present for you on the way out.
All right.
Thank you guys for sharing y'all's time with us here at Chick-fil-A South Front Mall. I'll give y'all, offer y'all.
I think the word. Yeah.